What's going on, guys? It's Music Misfit back here again with the lads. Would you like to introduce yourself as usual?
Evenlight signing in.
It's Wilder here.
And we are back with another podcast. And let's start off with the first topic right off the get-go. First off, let's talk League of Legends.
Oh boy, everyone's favorite salt mine.
It's
Yeah,
true.
I remember just yesterday we were like in a game and fucking Avon was talking mad shit to a couple of the players. I was like, Jesus Christ. I didn't know I was friends with a salt mine.
Nah. You see,
So
I don't
that's what happens
actually
when
go
your
to the
80 carry
salt
gets
mine.
fed.
I don't go to the salt mine. I just tell people that are shit that they're shit. It's not being
That's
salty, it's being honest. It's a
it's
good
also being
quality.
it's also being a bit rude.
It's also called flaming. And I've gotten to the point where I generally only do it to people that deserve it.
Sure.
You're just mad that I didn't flame you instead.
I guess.
You're just mad that you're bad.
Sure.
Yeet, as they
It
say in
happens.
the olden country. As they say
So
in yeet olden country.
so in our first topic, so Even actually picked the topics for today's podcast, and I want to know, like, do you think you
Why would you let him do that?
could
That's a
could you
good
give
one.
me some elaboration as to what you mean from a new player's perspective and an older player's perspective? Like, what exactly would you like
Well, just
to
kind of like
specify with this?
a lot of your thoughts on like the game as a whole, like how it feels to play it, how you like matchmaking, how you like certain champions, how it feels to kind of be thrust into all like the runes and item building and leveling your skills and whatnot. Because I've been playing since season 4 at this point, so while I'm not super old school, I've been playing for my fair share of time.
Well, I don't know about Wilder, but for me, I come from a very heavily like first person shooter, like team based from that. Like that's my experience of based online multiplayer. So to me, it comes off like a fusion between just like a team based battle and like the character building of an RPG, and then having to remember your like all your cooldowns with an MMO RPG. And to me, I find that really interesting how it fuses all that. And I like the fact that there is a laning phase where I don't have to go right into team fights because I don't know why, but at least with MOBAs, I suck with team fights. Like I
It's too
can't team
much.
fight. I can't team fight for crap on a MOBA. You ask me to do team fights in a shooter, I will be there all day long. Like we'll be making some big plays, but a MOBA, I'm just
Well, I
like,
think
oh
it's
god.
probably because like for a shooter, for the most part, a quote unquote team fight is just like a couple people shooting each other, and people just kind of go down really quick. It's like either you're dead or you're not.
hmm
Especially in like Halo and Call of Duty and stuff, and to a degree Destiny, but Destiny has more room for not dying instantly. But like in like League and
You ever
Heroes
drink
of the
Nova Bombs?
Storm, you have to keep track of everybody and what they're doing and who's the important one that you want to kill, who's the people that you want to stay away from.
I mean, that being said, that dynamic still exists in like competitive first-person shooters. Like I've back when I was playing like really heavily competitive Halo, it was the same idea, but it has a different feeling to it, if that makes sense. Like with a MOBA, because you're having to like you're not just managing like your ammo and like focusing on strafing, whereas like in a MOBA you're like constantly having to think like an RPG player at the same time as playing like a
Well,
team fighting game.
another thing like against that is like with even Halo for instance, pretty much everyone pretty much has this a relatively similar power. The only like real variance in a lot of cases being what gun they're holding at the time. But in a MOBA like League, it's who are they playing? What items do they have? What role are they going? How many kills do they
hmm
have? How many minions have they killed? Where
Well,
like
How
that
how
do they
fed
know
is
where
that
we are?
ADC?
Well,
Yes.
that's fair, but like there's also things like whereas you have that like the things like with map control that it's really heavy with MOBAs, like it's even heavier with shooters. Like map control is actually everything in an online shooter. So for me,
Oh
like,
boy, if you think that map control isn't insanely important in League,
no,
then you ain't
literally
learned to
just
word yet.
literally just said it's important. It's just the fact that like taking this mindset from like that kind of multiplayer to this is really jarring because I'm not used to having like keep track of like all these different cooldowns.
It's true.
A slick way to know if something's on cooldown or not. If you just like mash the button like 4 times, if it doesn't do it, it's still on cooldown.
No, really, I would
Ma-
never have guessed.
Mash button a few times. No, if it
Well,
no work, wait couple seconds, repeat.
and the other thing is, like, I can speak to both sides because, like, you know, I remember getting up to the Eclipse rank and stuff like that in Halo. Uh, I remember, and also starting out in League of
Is
Legends,
there a
like,
fucking
along.
video game that you haven't like gotten to a high rank in, David? I
You know,
swear to
I don't
God.
want to talk about it. That's not what we're here to talk about right now today, even. It's so
No, that's
anyway.
entirely fair.
But yeah, the big difference, and I think what he was trying to get across is like when it comes to things like Halo and first-person shooters, you don't have outside of like your what the hell armor lock or jetpack or something like that if you're using those. And what was it? Reach, I think, had those. I can't remember if it was Reach
Reach
or
was a good game.
It's true. It was the best of them. 3 was not far off though. Um, Halo 4 dropped off. But anyway, if you have one dude sitting over there at red base and he picked up the sniper ammo or something like that, he now can view the entire field. And if he's good, then he's going to have control over the entire field, and no one's going to be able to get into that scorpion. Nobody's going to be able to grab that, rocket hog. Just because he is there. He has full control over it. That's not something you can do in League. And with that, the only things you need to worry about is your ammo, as well as how good you are. Like Avenlight was saying, however, in League of Legends, something I can bring over from Heroes of the Storm, even though I technically played League of Legends first, but I sucked. I still do suck. But still, regardless of that point, the difference there is not only is the map or the mini map in League of Legends a lot smaller than Heroes of the Storm, and it drives me nuts. But
Just scale the UI up.
yeah, I thought about doing that, but I'll have to figure that out later. One thing in Heroes of the Storm is it's all about the map objectives. Yes, you can push lane. Yes, you can destroy towers. Yes, you can destroy core. Whatever it's called in whatever map you're playing. But it's all about those objectives, and it's all about the map you're playing on and the neutral things that are around the map. Of course, League of Legends has these things with Dragon and Baron and Rift Herald, respectively, and even Jungle to some degree, depending on what stage of the game you're in. But in Heroes of the Storm, that's what it's all about. And for unfortunately, there's not really a laning phase in Heroes of the Storm and the like. But when you get into a team fight in League of Legends, I know me playing Zillion lately and everything like that, I have a really hard time specifically pinpointing out one of my team members' health bars, because playing Zillion, I sometimes press R on the wrong person if they're all stacked up on top of each other because 3 of my teammates just got grabbed by a Darius E.
I do not know if it's true. I do not have confirmation, but you might actually be able to just use it on their portrait frame above the minimap. That might be something you can do. I'll have to confirm that for you later.
I'll have to test that out. I'm sure I'll be playing League of Legends at some point soon.
I guess for me the reason why it's jarring is because like a lot of the basics that you have to learn with just team multiplayer games, like making sure you're constantly aware of your map, making
Communication.
communication, making sure that you've got like really strong control of the map, like that all goes really well in the league, and on those aspects I feel like I'm a really strong player. But you ask me to like go into team fights and go anywhere beyond the laning phase, and I just can't do it.
Another thing
That'll
to look
something that will
into.
come in time.
Well, and another thing to look into is you have to remember, with the exception of Tippers, you don't really play team fight champions.
Yeah, like mine are kind of like we're gonna dick them down. In
Yeah,
Like,
that sense.
Annie's
the-
pretty
the-
much just like nuke one person and then just kind of
Yeah.
hope to God.
Yeah, you don't play these big, team fighty dude bros.
Yeah.
Like me playing Zillion, sure, I'm not super crazy team fight, but I'll be damned if I'm not going to stun 3 or 4 people with double Q.
I'll be really sad if you don't stun a couple people because it means they're probably going to kill me.
It's true, but that 99% slow on my E, because that's what I level up first, is just the crispest thing in the world to freaking E, Q, W, Q, stun from the Q, wait until that's about a quarter remaining, and then E again, because I can, and they're just dead by that point.
Jesus.
Not by me, but by everybody else.
Yeah. I don't know. I guess it's just that I've never been able to pick up a champion that I really liked so far.
To be
That
fair,
does
there's
team
141 of them.
Really well.
Yeah.
Well, yeah,
So,
of course. Eventually, I'll find one. There's no doubt
Yeah.
about it. It's just
Well,
at
Brian,
this point
if
of
you
my
ever if you ever
playing-
want, I've done the same thing for David. I will gladly let you get on my account to just like fuck around with champions because I have almost all of them.
That's illegal.
Shut up! They'll never be able to prove it.
they take this.
You're
podcast
literally
as
on
proof.
recording right now saying it.
Nah, I'll bleep it out,
They're the epitome of proof.
dude. I'll bleep it out. Just because I suggested didn't mean to
Bleep,
happen.
bleep, 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 bleep.
All
But
right.
Speaking
Ava,
of
do you
new
have anything
champions
else
to
you
try
want
out, though?
Is there any champion I want to try out?
Well, I was just saying, it's a pretty good segue. Speaking of new champions to try out, though, we have somebody else that there's to talk about.
Oh,
dude,
yeah.
Yes, we do.
Frog Girl.
Frog
Well,
girl.
okay. First of all, she's a fucking chameleon. Thank you very much.
Right.
But just today, November 19th, we finally got the new reveal trailer for the next champion, Neeko. And
Nico.
holy fuck.
She looks
Alright,
super
shut the
cool.
fuck up, Brian. I will break your Neeko kneecaps.
Nico kneecaps.
But yeah, she's,
I'm obviously not going to mate her or anything, but she might be a definite contender if I ever play jungle.
yeah, she's really cool looking. From what I can tell, she's going to be. These are my like predictions right now. She looks like an AP assassin jungler because she can fucking, of course, make a clone of herself. She can copy and steal the appearances of her allies temporarily, which the clone of herself will retain that appearance. Like in the trailer, it has her like walk into a bush with an Ezreal and pop out as that Ezreal, and another one where she copies the appearance of Warwick and then makes a clone of herself as Warwick. And oh lordy, the confusion is going to be amazing, especially
To
if
be fair, in that trailer, you watch the Warwick go left, right. No player is gonna actually do that. Like they were like, what, left, right. That no players. I've like maybe I have too much faith in humanity.
dude, I've seen
But-
people in our like just playing with you guys. I have seen people do that without.
To be fair,
without
you're
multiple
also
copies of the
playing
same
with
person.
people with trash MMR.
Hey man, I believe in you.
Just because we're bad doesn't mean everybody else is bad.
You would
Fair.
be you would be surprised. You would be surprised. But I'm just excited for when people pick Shaco and Neeko at the same time, and we have 5 Shakos running it down mid. That is going to be a sight to behold.
You know, so this is the thing. Just talking to one of our other friends the other day. This is the thing that I want us to do. I don't care about the legitimacy of it. I don't even care about the champions picked. I don't even care about the success rate of it. One of these times, I want to get 5 of us. I don't care what 5 that plays League of Legends with us. I want to get 5 of us. Go into draft or whatever. I'll pick I'll pick lanes, all that stuff. But nobody gives a crap about them, and we all just legitimately run down mid.
We're
and that's
playing
all we
ARAM,
do.
boys.
Yeah, we just play ARAM. We just force the enemy team to play ARAM the whole game. We just push as hard as we can mid.
To be fair, that might be so jarring to the enemy team. We
Right?
might just win off of that.
We might also lose like crazy, but it's not like we're playing ranked and it's not like anything matters,
It's fair.
solo queue rank is at stake.
You see that's where like that
Oh.
probably makes a good video. It's just us all running it down mid and seeing if we get there.
Dude, we'll probably run it down mid more than a couple times, even without doing that.
What if we just straight up change the meta to everyone running it down mid?
Just turn it into what Heroes of the Storm has been. It's like Heroes of the Storm now has developed this meta to where all 5 players, especially those with any sort of quest that have to hit enemy heroes, yeah, like Gul'dan or Kael'thas or Nazebo or any of these things, they'll legit will all meet in mid and we'll have like a skirmish, maybe get a pick or two or that kind of thing, and like that'll go on for a bit and go on for a bit. But after some time, the Sylvanas will kind of go bot lane, or this Asmodan will kind of just go top lane, because if people don't know, Heroes of the Storm doesn't have actual lane roles. Obviously, heroes like Sylvanas or something, they're best at laning by themselves and can push by themselves, and that's the way they deal with that. Is they have specific champions or specific heroes that are good at being by themselves to split push. But anyway,
they have
see that.
they have a dedicated split pusher.
They have several with Nazebo, Asmodan, Sylvanas.
Yeah, what I mean, like in a team comp, you'll have like a dedicated split pusher.
Yeah, exactly.
Which I mean, me, just due to my time in League, I've come to resent split pushing as a strategy, because I am full gung ho. Fight me, you coward. But that's about it.
It's true, but you play super aggressively though, and that's just your play style.
Yeah, I admit split pushing is a legitimate strategy, but I hate it.
To be fair, running down mid is a legitimate strategy. That doesn't mean it's going to work.
I suppose, but to be fair, in counter to that, the term running it down mid wasn't actually formed to mean just go mid lane. It meant to run down mid lane and intentionally feed.
Yeah, then, I mean, I wish we could all just pick Scion and do exactly that. And just potentially just spam die and just start beating everybody up.
Dude, full attack speed, fucking 5 Scions.
I remember that.
Dude, when All for One rolls around, we can do it.
See, I remember there was a legitimate thing with Scion, is that's exactly what he would do. If you were good enough, it was a full-on, like, Sudoku
it's the int Scion build.
Yeah, it was legit, like, a thing lots of people did.
I hated it.
Like, it worked, though. It's like, why does this work? You literally run into the enemy team and die as fast as you can so that you can kill everybody.
There's also a build of Suicide Karthus, where when he dies, there's a couple seconds of him, like, I think there's a good, like, 10 seconds of him having no mana cost on his abilities and being able to cast them. So he just can't move, so he'd, like, go as far as he can into the enemy team, just in the middle of them with his damage activated, then he'd just die and just sit there spamming his abilities at all the enemies.
Jesus.
There's a reason Karthus isn't well regarded in the community.
Pretty disgusting.
It's because shit like that is allowed to fucking exist. But moving on from League and into another thing many can consider degenerate, but there's actually been surprisingly positive reviews in my eyes. Pokemon Let's Go. The brand new games just released the beginning of this week or a couple days ago. I don't personally have it. I know David doesn't have it. Brian's the only one that actually has it, so I give the floor to you, sir.
He's the only one who doesn't have enough pride in his life to actually play that game.
Okay, so I just want to say, they've been giving me shit for this game because
I literally told you I will play it. I'm going to give it the fair shot.
Because of how it is. And look, I'm not gonna try and spoil too much because I'm gonna be posting a full review of the game later up on my channel. But wow, is this a love letter to like the old school games? Like for me, my very first Pokemon game was Pokemon Fire Red, and then I played Red and Blue on the original Game Boy, and then I played Diamond and Pearl after that. And for me, going back to Kanto like this has been amazing. The graphics have been like incredible. The gameplay is surprisingly hard, and I'm super excited for some of the things I'd like to be doing with this game, both content wise and just after game wise. Just because there's so much there that like is not given right out the get go, and
I
it's a lot
still
more.
kind of believe that difficulty is a little bit artificial.
It's a lot more complex than it looks on the outside, and I feel like if anyone hasn't given the game a chance yet, it is 110% worth your time. Do I think it's worth $60 right now? As much as I love this game, I don't think I can justify a $60 price tag because it doesn't have like full like Gen 7 like whole being connected to them. Like it's very good as a standalone experience, and I appreciate it for that. But I think the game is maybe worth $40. I don't think it's worth $60 personally. But I'll be going more in depth on that later on. But wow, is it like it's left a pretty positive impression on my end.
Now,
I
when you
don't
say
think
your
either.
end, do you mean like your butt?
It's true. I don't think we like as much crap as I'll give it, and even like we'll give it. There's not much we can really speak to it because we haven't played it or seen it. I have only heard some things about it and everything, but
Yeah.
I'm not.
I don't
I'm not
know.
one to super judge a game before I play it. I'm just allowed to give Brian shit because I want to.
Yeah,
That's
I
fair.
disagree with some of the concepts of it and whatnot, and some of the concepts of the gameplay. But I'm 100% going to give it a fair shot when I visit home to and have the ability to try out the game, because has said that he'll be nice enough to let me try one of his copies since he has Pikachu and Eevee. But but yeah, until I actually like get to play the game and whatnot, of course I cannot give the full hiddle diddle do about it, but I'll give it a
And
shot.
just a quick plug before we move on to the next part, because it is actually somewhat related to the next part, is on my channel, probably by within the next 2 weeks, I'll be starting my Pokemon Let's Go Eevee Nuzlocke, where I'll be going in more in
Oh
depth on the
no.
rules. I'll be going more in depth on the rules for that later, as I've been structuring it
Oh lord.
myself as right now from watching other Nuzlockes online and seeing how it works, and obviously why I've been playing through Let's Go Pikachu first, so I can kind of have a feel for what needs to be done in order for the game to be Nuzlocked. But it should be very interesting, and hopefully you guys will enjoy that when that goes
Not
up.
doing it blind. What are you, a
You're gonna
wuss?
start. You're gonna start with Squirtle or something, and then you're gonna get a wild Bulbasaur, and I'm gonna punch you in the dick.
It
He
doesn't work
starts
like
with
that.
Eevee.
You start with Eevee with
That's
Pokemon Let's
worse.
Go.
You're not supposed to get Eevee until like freaking Sapphire. What the hell?
Yes, but again, you'll figure out what's going on when I actually post it,
I
because
guess you'll just have to watch it, David.
yeah, the rules are gonna be they're gonna be pretty challenging. I'm not gonna lie. I've
They
kind of
better
set
be.
myself up quite the thing to have to overcome.
Good.
And I
I
guess
still
this
want you to
leads
feel the fury for what you have done.
I guess this leads back into the next topic, which is Poke MMO Nuzlocks, because we just
What a
started recording for
wonderful
one,
world.
and wow,
We have just
it's
over
been a
3 hours
journey.
of pure Nuzlocke action that we have started on the wonderful Poke MMO. As you can decipher by the title and the ancient hieroglyphics that they form, Poke MMO is an MMO made out of the Pokemon games. Now, when I say games, there are currently 3 regions available within their servers. There's, of course, the original Kanto, there's Hoenn, and then the most recent one, Unova. Which,
Mhm.
yeah, sorry, no, there's no Johto or Sinnoh yet, but cry about it. Um, I really really love Pokemon. They do a lot for it. They make it a really good system for people that want to, especially people that want to go more in depth and do more competitive things, because it makes it very easy to see what your Pokemon has, and because there's literally a screen where it just shows the IVs of your Pokemon, and the EVs of them as well.
That's actually something that's been a topic of controversy along with PokeMMO. Is lots of people don't like that it shows the IVs. EVs is one thing, but lots of people have been hating on the fact that it shows the IVs, and I've never understood
Why? That
why.
literally
Yeah,
makes
I
no
don't
sense.
understand
It
that
just
You're
makes
because
not
it
you're
more
not supposed to
difficult.
get ready for competitive play and breeding and stuff until the end of the game. You have to earn getting competitive Pokemon. And it's just like, what if you like have a Pokemon that you've been using this entire game, or that you just put in your PC and never really cared about it because you hated it, but it was actually perfect? You might actually use it
Yeah.
if you knew it was an amazing Pokemon before you
also
just threw it in your PC. And
also with respect to anyone who may have that opinion, like that's kind of
no,
elitist
fuck
of you.
them.
It's kind of elitist of you to say that you need to earn playing competitive Pokemon. 'Cause,
Yeah.
dude, it's a game. Chill.
It is a
So
game with the target audience being most likely many, many, many years younger than the people that are probably complaining about that.
Yeah, I don't know. To me, I don't like that argument because it's just like, dude, it's a game. If people want to play competitively, let them.
Yeah,
If
besides,
they want to see these stats before they get to end game, let them. It doesn't really matter. Like, is this really gonna make you lose sleep at night that they're gonna see these stats?
it's not even going to change anything. Like whether or not you see the stats, it literally only promotes the use of other Pokemon you might not have before.
yeah.
I caught a Skitty one time that was super freaking awesome, and I hate Skitty. I don't know why. I just hate
It's because
Pokemon.
Delcatty's just so mediocre.
I just want it to not exist. But that Skitty decided to pretty much carry my team for a long time.
Hmm.
It was stupidly strong. I
Yeah.
think it was like a 120 or 130 out of 186. You know, when it had solid IVs in good areas. I can't remember. It was a long time ago, but it was solid, and I wouldn't have ever used that Skitty had I not been able to see the IVs before. I would have just caught the Skitty and been like, "This is a Skitty. I don't want it. Go away now." But I saw the IVs, and that made me decide, okay, I'm going to use the Skitty. Now, whereas I still absolutely hate the Pokemon, I can say that I have used it before. The same is true for like Lotad or something. That stupid duck bill
Dude, Lombre's
thing.
amazing.
Ludicolo is the bane of my existence.
Dude, what you got? Why you got a problem with him? He's just a big happy lad.
He's just a big dancing duck pineapple, and it needs to stop
Dude, why are you hating on the pineapple, bro?
because I
SpongeBob's got to
am
live somewhere.
evil, apparently.
But just to like also add to this, there's literally anyone that doesn't know what IVs are will look at that and be like, "Huh, these are some weird numbers, whatever," and then move on. They won't understand what it means, so they'll ignore it. So why does it matter? And even then, in my case, having IVs there means that I am more willing to put in work, even just to get Pokemon for the story and beating the Elite Four. Like right now in my just personal playthrough of Hoenn, I have like 3 sets of Swablu that I'm going to breed and continue like and trying to work them up just so
Yeah,
I
a
can
little
have
bit.
an Altaria to work
Yeah,
with.
a little bit later, I'll have a present for you.
God damn it, David. Am I going to go through all this work and then you're going to have wild caught one that's better?
No, I just have something that you can help with
Oh.
your breeding and stuff and things. I was on my way to go get it back on, and
See,
I found one and threw a Pokeball at it.
the other thing, like with like displaying IVs and stuff, is like, do they not take into consideration the fact that the PokeMMO AI is just strictly stronger than the like
Dude, it's so
traditional
good. I love it
Oh
so much.
my
Pokemon
god.
AI?
Dude, Brian, you haven't done Hoenn through there yet before, but let me tell you, Watson and his manic trick will dick you down. Like, holy shit. Like you do not understand. He will mollywop you into next week if you are not prepared for him.
That's fair.
He like because they're for anyone that doesn't know, Pokemon has done a lot of tuning with mostly the gym leaders. I haven't noticed too much of the tuning in normal trainers. They're pretty much the same guys you can just kind of walk all over. But the the gym leaders they will have varied like Pokemon varied moves. Like for example, Manectric has Signal Beam, which I've never seen a Manectric with before. Like they will use move tutor moves. They'll have EV trained Pokemon. They will swap out Pokemon to get better matchups against you. They treat it like a real fight. They fight to win, not just to slow you down. And it is a challenge. Like if anyone has ever wanted to go through those games, but like you're just like, it's so easy. It's just a matter of time. It's not even like difficulty. Play Pokemon. Not only is there a lot of people that play it and enjoy it and will talk about it and just kind of sit there and meme about it and chat, I personally love watching it. It's fun. There was a guy just earlier tonight that was attempting to argue that all of the antagonists in every game were the exact same and would wouldn't actually back up any of his points, sadly enough. But it was a house, and it will provide you with legitimate difficulty. It really will.
Yeah, the game is amazing. I've actually like the last time I played the game seriously was back in 2015. Back like it was actually directly before Hoenn was added, and I played a little bit when Hoenn was added, and it was really fun. So I can't speak as
You
much
need
for
to
it
catch up
recently.
before I get any further, because like I'm about to go fight um, Team Magma and Mount Chimney, and then go move on to Flannery.
Yeah, I'll hop on eventually.
Oh yeah,
Anyways,
swear to God.
I think that's good to wrap up right about now. Wouldn't you say?
I suppose if you want.
Yeah, I don't because I just can't really think of too much else to say on these matters. I feel like we've get had a pretty meaningful discussion
Yeah,
for
that's fair.
tonight.
Yeah. Just one thing to plug before he signs us out here. David has apparently disappeared. His computer probably discharged again for some reason, so sadly he will miss the sign out. But me and Brian are, of course, both in PokeMMO. I believe it was mentioned before, but we are recording and doing a Nuzlocke playthrough of me, Brian, and David going through. And session one itself was just so much fun to play.
Yeah,
I'm gonna be posting two versions of it on my own YouTube channel. One being it's gonna be like raw, like 40 to 50 minute episodes a piece of just the Nuzlocke, nothing cut out, nothing edited, just us playing and talking and having a time, and me being incredibly stressed.
in the words of the original, and I'm not sure if it's still the same slogan for Pokemon, but the original slogan is "No bullshit, just games."
But and then I'm also going to have a highlight reel where I edit through my favorite moments and whatnot of each session and post those just as like a taste, a literal highlight reel, the best parts of every single one of them.
Yeah, and obviously the same will more or less be going up on my channel, but from my perspective and my set of teams and all that kind of fun stuff. And hopefully you guys will like that.
Oh, that's gonna be a cow, huh?
Yeah.
I still hate
Anyway, anyways, you'll have to watch to find out why he hates me. But
you. I hate him
that's
so
all for
much.
us for this podcast.
This wonderful world we live in.
Thank you guys so much for watching. Please remember to like it if you liked it, dislike it if you disliked it, subscribe and hit the notification bell if you're excited for all the content coming in the future. Check out Avonlight and check out David's social media. We'll be leaving those down in the description below. And this is Music Misfit signing off.
Avonlight signing off.
Have a good one.
Wilderron signing off. You'll never
Wow.
notice. Never. See you later, everybody.
Have a good night.